Israel spied on the Iran-U.S. talks. Apparently, they obtained sensitive information about the nuclear talks between Iran and the U.S., which not terribly surprising as far as these things go. We obviously spy on our allies. That's been quite clear from the Snowden materials. Should be no surprise that Israel is spying on us. The part that's really astonishing in this report, as far as I'm concerned, is that they gave the information to members of Congress, presumably those who are looking to scuttle the Iran deal, and I guess U.S. legislatures use this information in an attempt to undermine U.S. diplomacy. As one senior U.S. official briefed on the matter said, it's one thing for the U.S. and Israel to spy on each other. It's another for Israel to steal U.S. secrets, play them back to U.S. legislatures, and undermine U.S. diplomacy. I wonder what... You'll recall that there was time where the Department of Justice was talking about prosecuting journalists for receiving stolen information. I mean, one has to wonder, presumably these lawmakers knew where this information was coming from. One has to wonder what the culpability is there. Seen no reports on that, but this is, obviously this stuff doesn't get out there. These stories don't get out there unless the administration is trying to make a case as to why U.S. policy is going to shift in regards to Israel. Simultaneously, this weekend, I should say, or yesterday, White House Chief of Staff Denis McDonough was speaking to the J Street conference in Washington, arguing that we cannot simply pretend these comments were never made, speaking about Netanyahu's announcing that he would never accept a Palestinian state, essentially saying the past 20 years of U.S. negotiations and my pretense over the past 5 or 6 years has been a lie. Now, he's tried to back off this stuff, but, the cat's out of the bag. It's not like I think people who are experts in these fields weren't aware of the fact that Netanyahu was playing a game, but now it's out in the open. That's the way that international diplomacy happens. McDonough then went on to say Israel cannot maintain military control of another people indefinitely. An occupation that has lasted for almost 50 years must end. This is pretty serious stuff coming from the administration, and it'll be interesting to see how this goes into effect. I have to admit that I could not help myself and emailed the Wall Street Journal story to Indy Mike to see how he would want a strong leader to respond to something like this. So, it'll be interesting to see where we go from there.